All right, we're moving on to the Atlanta Falcons now. Once again, really quickly, we're doing a $100 giveaway. Join the mock draft group. Link should be in the description, or just find this thing that I'm presenting you right now. Drop a 7-round team mock in the mock draft group, and if it's a good mock, I'll make a video out of it. And if the video does well, you get $100. So there you go. The winner for the Atlanta Falcons was Ryan Bagley. So we actually got somebody different this time, which is great. Congratulations, and thanks for playing, Ryan. Real quick, looking at the Atlanta Falcons here, obviously quarterback, we do not have a solution with Desmond Ridder. At tight end, obviously we've got Kyle Pitts, although Jonnu Smith is kind of coming up on the end. Whatever, we got him for another year. We got Kyle Pitts. Wide receivers a little bit iffy. We've got Drake London, who's great. Aside from that, though, we don't have much. And not only do we not have much talent, Mac Hollins, Scott Miller, Van Jefferson, and Kaderil Hodge are all free agents. So that needs to be sorted out as well. Running back certainly is fine with Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. And the offensive line is actually in pretty decent situation as well. Jake Matthews is 32 years old and seemingly is kind of starting to decline a little bit, as you can see. But he's under contract for a little bit of time. He's signed through 2027. I don't know how much of that he's going to play, but we don't need to worry about that today necessarily. We can. We don't need to. Bergeron there at left guard, obviously, as you can see, wasn't the greatest in the world, but he was I think, second-round pick just last year. So we're kind of hoping for a jump from him. Drew Dahlman played fantastic. He is in the final year of his deal, so he may be getting a contract pretty soon, but based on the way he played, he's not going anywhere. Chris Lindstrom is a freak. He signed for quite a while. And then McGarry, another really good football player, and is 29 years old and signed for quite a while. So the offensive line is in a pretty good spot. Defensively, we've got kind of a weird situation. Lot of defensive tackles. A lot of good defensive tackles, but Calais Campbell is 38 years old and a free agent. I don't know if he's coming back. David Onyemata is 32 years old. Grady Jarrett is 31 years old. So, I mean, listen, we might have Onyemata and Grady Jarrett and have a decent defensive line group, maybe. We also have Albert Huggins and Joe Gaziano that are also free agents, but either way, I mean, even if you like the defensive line, we've got to start looking to the future a little bit. So I think that might be something to consider. Off the edge, I mean, we just don't really have the talent. It's not for lack of trying. Bud Dupree obviously was aside from our big middle finger here, has just not really been the solution. Arnold Ebiketie, so far in his 2 years, hasn't really broken out. Bud Dupree and Kentavious Street are free agents. So, yeah, we got to figure something out there. At corner, we do have one very good one right here in A.J. Terrell. But aside from that, Jeff Okudah is a free agent. I don't know if they're planning on bringing him back. Mike Hughes, as you can see, clearly did not have a very good year this past year. Aside from his 1 year, he's actually been quite terrible. And he's in the final year of his deal. And then Phillips over here, as you can see, could use a little bit of an upgrade. At linebacker, we've got Ellis, who is a 7th-round pick, seems to be okay, but aside from that, we really don't have much. And at safety, Jesse Bates was a fantastic pickup. And aside from that, though, we could definitely use some help. Helms, I mean, maybe he's the dude. I don't know. But Helms, I don't know. Richie Grant, not seemingly a very good football player despite his where he was drafted and whatnot. So anyways, let's see where this draft takes us with the 8th overall pick. Potentially some controversy, but just hang in there. All right, let's not get so uppity about everything. Jaden Daniels, quarterback out of LSU. Yes, there is a very good chance Jaden Daniels is gone by 8, but it's not 100%, so freaking calm down. Jaden Daniels is, I mean, it's a no-brainer if he's there. I would say, maybe not. Maybe some people don't like him. But quarterback is a need. We don't have a quarterback. We've got the weapons and whatnot. You know, we got the receiver, the running back, the tight end. Got to have somebody throwing the ball, especially behind that great offensive line. So that's somewhat of a no-brainer. At pick 43, Tavondre Sweat, As I mentioned, defensive tackle, we got some guys that are getting up in age. Now, Sweat is primarily just going to be a run defender. I mean, he's okay as a pass rusher. I get it. And I saw the clips and all that, but I just think at 362 pounds, by the time he gets into the NFL, I just don't know how productive he's going to be, but very good defensive tackle. At pick 74, Josh Newman, cornerback out of TCU. So he's going to be able to come in, hopefully, and slide across from Terrell. I believe he's not a slot guy right now. He's a boundary guy. Grades out fairly well. Been in college a little while. He's 23 years old. But the last 3 years, including Louisiana Monroe, he's been playing some real good football. At pick 79, Cedric Johnson, edge rusher out of Mississippi. Again, definitely a need for us. We've taken swings. We just don't have it. At the very least, we could use some more depth, some more guys to rotate in, and hopefully can produce. Didn't grade out phenomenally well at Ole Miss his 4 years there, but 6'3", 265 looks like he'll be a pretty good fit for our scheme. We shall see. At pick 109, another defensive tackle, Nazir Stackhouse. 6'3", 320 is another pretty big dude. Does not produce a ton by way of pressure. In fact, that's pretty horrible. You're looking for about 10%. So he should have about 20 pressures. He has 2. So he is a very much a pure run defender, and even that is kind of iffy. But his tackling abilities are right there. So hopefully that pans out for you. And then we got some legacy picks after that. At pick 141, Brendan Rice, for very obvious reasons, getting another wide receiver in there. So we're going to hammer that. And then why not final pick, Luke McCaffrey, because, McCaffrey, another wide receiver, taking multiple swings at that. So we've got the wide receiver stuff. I'm not going to say we got to figure it out because you got to see how it goes. But obviously we got the quarterback. We're helping with the wide receivers. Got the offensive line. Defense is going to be tough. There's just too many needs and not enough picks. But, I mean, again, you've got the guys that are already here. Maybe not Campbell, but you've got some defensive tackles that are be there to be able to, use Sweat as well as Stackhouse as kind of depth. You got an edge rusher, whether he's going to be a premier guy or not, whatever. We got some depth. Hopefully get a little bit of help at corner. And, again, with Bates over on the back end, we got a fighting chance. If we can get this offense humming, though, that's what really matters. So that's what we got for the Atlanta Falcons. Thanks again to Ryan Bagley for that. And make sure, again, you subscribe. Make sure you